The first thing to recognize is the reason that this happened, and the reason I can prove all of this to you is because of two major advances in the neuroscience and psychology fields. One was done by Lisa Feldman. It's been done she's proven it over a very long period of time, but she shared her discovery in 2017. And it's her work around how emotions are made. She came out with this book in late 2017, early 2018, How Emotions Are Made, and it completely transformed everything we know about how emotions work in our brain. And I'm going to share with you, and you're going to see the old model and how we think emotions and the brain and body work is all faulty, and that's why this is so important that you listen to this, and this is why part of why the women are not responsible. It just came out. It's just been discovered in the last 5 years. They didn't know about this. They were in the midst of the swindling. They're not to blame, okay? And wait till you see. I'm going to show you how this is all about power, just like the narcissist. Do you see what happens? When we become the victim, look at what happens in our culture. Who has all the power in our culture? The victims, right? Who now has all the fame and riches and attention? The women, right? They have their own documentary. They have millions of people sending them. Now look, there are a lot of terrible people sending them terrible messages that are incorrect. And I'm probably narcissistic sociopaths, all right? I'm not saying they haven't experienced, true victim blaming and hurtful things that they don't deserve. But look at where they are. They have complete power because they're the victim. That's why we do it. It works. We get power from the victim position. Being a victim works in our society. It's culturally inbred into the society to be a giver. And what does that do? Because look at the whole dynamic of that video. What is it? Who is the elevated person? The victim. We elevate them. But they're not. See, in this case, it's a co-conspirator. Now, what it is, there's only one difference. One is conscious, the other one isn't. And they're only unconscious because we haven't taught it. But those of you who've stayed long enough and now know this, you can't ever say you're a victim. You have to take ownership and be responsible. And this is where the women are responsible. They made the choice to do this. They may, and that means they have to carry the responsibility of that. So again, the women are not to blame. Their culture and their family and life experiences created the emotions that created the attraction that put them in this position. Their family of origins taught them, and this is the shame dynamic, that they only have worth if they're giving themselves away. That's the problem with the shame-based victim position that we advocate in society, is these women have to meet society standards, is to play the victim so society notices them. And also by fixing other people's problems. If society says you must develop a God complex, a codependent God complex, that you can do this, all right? She also, because of society and because of family, because of the worst day cycle and because of how emotions are made, she had to be nervous. That's based on trauma. So Disney trained her to look for a beast and to skew that the idea of true love is based on intensity and trauma. She's not to blame for that. And I don't think Disney even knows that that's what they're training young children to look for, and that they're training them to become love addicts and love avoidance. They don't even know that. We don't, again, both of these processes were just discovered in the last 5 years of how this works, okay? So I'm not blaming anybody. You can't be blamed for doing things you weren't even aware of.